You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your
Sunrise
approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as police.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Hey,
Why do you panic?
The way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty much.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Wednesday, the 18th of June. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. This morning, I'm happy that you can once again connect with us, and we have life and we have hope and we have breath. We ought to give thanks and praise to the Almighty God, because it is indeed Him who has sustained us up unto this point. It is not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit, says the Lord. This morning, I also want to thank all our taxi driver friends, all our trot driver friends, all our Uber, Bolt, Yango, Shaxi, all our market women friends, all our friends who are driving in their private vehicles or patching with somebody, those who are listening to us while walking with their earpods stuck in their ears. I mean, wherever you are watching us from, we appreciate you. We celebrate you. Our friends in the diaspora, those who watch us across the world, those who have just returned from work, their night shift, and they are not ready to hit the sack, but first they want to listen to us. We appreciate you. We know that some people pretend not to watch, but some people also watch. Thank you to Grandpa Clothing as well. Grandpa Clothing is in Dansoman, and he made this lovely green outfit for me, so beautiful. I think I'm falling in love with the color green. And yesterday when I was at the Corpus Christi event I told you about yesterday. The Reverend Dr. Patrick Okanja Bortier delivered a very, very impressive speech there at the Symposium. And the takeaway points for me were the fact that you have to be focused as a mass server. You don't have to be distracted while you are on the altar. And then most importantly, because people are looking up to you, you don't have to, pander to everything while you're on the sanctuary, because the congregation, as it were, it's looking up to you, and you have to maintain your poise and posture. So yesterday, it really, made me start, looking at life from a very, very different perspective and asking some questions as well. But that's just by the by. Now, yesterday also, when we were leaving, when we left the church and we're going home, I was going to drop a friend of mine. He asked me, have you heard this new song by Jackie? I said, is it? He said, new song. What new song? He said, Jackie, Nana Champon's daughter. You don't hear the song? I said, what song are you talking about? He said, there's a song, You're Living Inside My Head, Rent Free, Rent Free. I said, what song is that? So tuned to that, went on YouTube, and then we turned out the speaker. And then I said, but this one is not a new song. He said, but why are you making it a new song? I said, well, You're Living Inside My Head. And I listening to it, replaying, Rent Free, Rent Free. I said, wow, that's a good song. So it's a new banger. I mean, it's a banger, by the way, not a new one. You should check it out. You're Living Inside My Head, Rent Free, Rent Free. Initially, I thought it was saying Gen Z, but he said, no, it's not Gen Z. Gen Z is Rent Free, Rent Free. I said, yeah, that's so good. Now, yesterday also, the young people of this country, a good majority of the young people of this country, sat and completed their BEC, the Basic Education Certificate Examination. It reminded me of my time more than 25 years ago when I sat for it at my own Saito School, Kaneshi Anglican GSS. So yesterday I went back there and I saw some of the children, and it brought me a lot of nostalgia. In fact, I was working on some documents in the parish office when one of the children just, after wrote the paper, just ran across the park, like in a R. Kelly, I believe I can fly fashion, and said, maybe. Listen to the children. Listen to them. It brought back a lot of nostalgia. And they're going home, they're excited, and usually you would have, as in that Jamashin, that Jama jubilation, after all that focus in the exam room, we're out there having a lot of fun and all of that. For me, what we need to do as a country and as a people is to have a lot of focus for these youngsters. And most of these youngsters, in terms of the choice of schools that they attend, in terms of the career path that they choose, in terms of the mentorship that they get, in terms of how they conduct their life going forward and growing up, is very, very important. I mean, you look at some of your colleagues from back in the day in school, and then you start asking questions. Well, but when we're in school, this guy, this lady was good, typical side to school, but we can mention the likes of Dr. Julius Abuku, many others. I mean, the list is endless, but, well, we make progress. Now, I want to also give you some good updates about the Ghana Health Service. But before we go to the Ghana Health Service, the conversation about being focused is a very, very important one for me. I've been talking about it over the last few months. I found that people get easily distracted by a lot of things that happen around them. So there's somebody who has some amount of money, wants to go shopping, gets into the shop, and there's a lot of impulse buying instead of the focus buying. You find that there is, for example, Johnny's Bites doing focused work, asking authority the questions, getting the answers from the authorities, and then you find that distractions come here and there. So we're asking about why the streets in Accra is dark, in other major cities why it's dark, where the street lights are. A group is asking for the minister in charge of local government, where are street lights that we procured, over 3,000 of them, what happened to them? We're asking the National Road Safety Authority, what happened to the road markings? We're asking questions about reflectors. We're asking questions about, traffic lights. We're asking questions about overgrown median. We're asking questions why people are stealing cables from transformers. We're asking questions as to why Ghana Water Company will be disconnected by Electricity Company of Ghana, which could affect, water flow and all that. We're asking all these questions. These are the relevant questions that we're asking. We're asking questions about, for example, the mayor of Accra decongesting Accra so we can all drive through Accra nicely. And these days, you see the traffic flow is so cool. I just, this dawn drove through the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. You can see how, things are, people are sweeping, people are gathering things. And yesterday, for example, the AMA mayor said, what we want to do is to start the 24-hour economy, where we will make sure that the city is 24-hour clean. Something that we were promised but never happened. I'll make Accra the cleanest city in the... You remember that? We were talking about fighting corruption, for example. Who has taken what and what has to be taken away from those people, how they have to be punished for it. Those are the focused questions that Ghanaians keep asking. If, for example, in the various schools, there's not a problem about food shortage or they being fed expired food and, we're asking why, what's working this time round? Headmasters are not complaining that we are not getting food. We're asking the questions, what is happening now? These were problems that we used to complain about in the past, in the bite. So now, if the things are working, you ought to start asking questions, okay, what is making it work? That's how to run an analysis, a very basic analysis. And because a lot of young people watch this platform, it is important to guide them through how to do this. And over time, they also become masters of the game and even become better at the game. It is not about paying attention to, all the distractions and everything that goes. So I promised you that I was going to tell you about the Ghana Health Service. Now, the mpox or monkeypox, as is the update is becoming quite threatening and worrying. And increasingly, you find people who tell others that, if you Ghana Health Service for you can still have your bush meat, you can still have your relationship with your, bush animals and etc., and nothing will happen. This is the update from the Ghana Health Service as of 12 June. Newly confirmed cases 6, total confirmed cases 91. There's 0 deaths, and total deaths are 0, of course. 2 are on admission. That's official from the Ghana Health Service, and as part of our public service announcement, we'll have to put it out there. So, for example, we had a recording the last time. I saw a monkey. I said, look, stay away from monkeys and other bush animals. Can we see our friend the monkey? This is a monkey that we know, but we're trying to avoid the monkey. And put the monkey up there, please. We're trying to avoid the monkey and other bush animals. And you should as well avoid other monkeys and other bush animals. Now, there's a success story that we want to show you, a scorecard. Since we started talking about galamsey or gather and sell, which is not what it used to be, but now it's gone to the point where people buy heavy-duty equipment, they assemble chamfans here, they go into the riverbed, the water bodies, and they start destroying everything. They go into the forest, start digging their way. Our river bodies are messed up. We started talking about it, and fiercely so. We have had in the past investments made in the area of galamsey. Operation Vanguard, Operation Halt 1 and 2, Operation Galam Stop. We have had all those initiatives done. We've bought drones. We've sent people's fathers and mothers in the name of military, immigration, and police into the bush. It didn't work. Last week, I showed you how Dr. Hanabisu, for example, went into the bush to get some people arrested. As a policeman was standing in their way. We have complained about it over and over again. Now, over the time, our insistence has been that, look, let's stop focusing on just going into the pits or into the bush or into the water bodies to pick up the people who claim that they're finding, bread for their family to feed because they are breadwinners. But let's look beyond them. Who bought them the chamfans? Who bought them the excavators? And I've said this since 19 Kojohoho, that when you see an excavator and you take the motherboard and you burn it, by the time you go and come back, the motherboard would have been replaced and that excavator would have gone. We have in this country seen missing excavators before. So the proposition and the solution that I had proposed many times in the past, that was not paid attention to, was that, look, find the owners of these excavators by tracing the chassis numbers and all of that. And now if you go to the DVLA to go and register your stuff, the chassis number and everything, VPN or what they call it, it will be made known. So if the DVLA keys in the registration number, it will pop up. I have said this over and over and over and over and over again in terms of biting. Now, this is what the DVLA has done, giving us a solution and some assurance. This is just yesterday. 17th of June 2025, so the quarters of the DVLA. And Logas, good morning to you. It says press release. Mandatory notice of transfer of ownership in mining and construction equipment. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority wishes to inform all dealers and owners of mining and construction equipment that it is mandatory to notify the authority of a change in ownership of such equipment within 14 days after sale, as per Regulation 17.1 of the Road Traffic Regulation 2012 at LI 2180. The authority wishes to further to inform leaders and owners that failure to comply with this requirement can result in legal implications with its attendant consequences. In light of this, and having taken steps to register these equipment in the name of dealers and importers at the various ports of entry, DVLA advises all dealers and owners of mining and construction equipment to ensure that transfer of ownership is effected immediately after sale. DVLA wishes to indicate that it will be enforcing this regulation strictly, and any dealer or owner who fails to comply will face the full rigors of the law. All dealers and owners of mining and construction equipment are therefore encouraged to visit the nearest DVLA office to facilitate the transfer or ownership of these equipment. The public is assured of the authority's commitment to providing efficient and effective services in this regard. Issued by management, it says DVLA, your safety are concerned. Now, how difficult was it to have done this in the past? Because if you ask a question and you don't get an answer, and all you get are insults and allegations, you will keep asking the questions. That's the whole basis of staying focused. So I'm asking what Logas Nikwe is doing now at DVLA by asking that if Kunzo Tiani, for example, is the dealer, he imports excavators and brings it into the country, and is importing it for Sti, for example, or Dani, and then it comes in, that change of ownership, how difficult was it to have been done so that if we go and see an excavator, we quickly check the VPN or the chances that I know who owns it, so that the enforcement authorities can go after that person to say, we found your excavator on the river and Cobra, we found your excavator in the Etiwa forest or whichever forest, and then based on that, we are holding you for it. How did your excavator get here to be destroying our forest? How difficult was it in the past? It didn't take 1 year for somebody to sit and think that we can stop Galamsey also through this avenue. It's one of the many avenues through which you can sort Galamsey. And we've been seeing the arrest happening. The only point of disagreement will be that the government will give the foreign nationals a free pass out of this country. I said it then, I'm saying it now. The only failure will be that people will be arrested, and what they are arrested with will not be declared. For example, guns, for example, light, for example, cyanide, for example, mercury, for example, cash, and all of those things. There are questions to ask. But I'm asking, how difficult was it for the DVLA in the past, whose job it is to make sure that every moving vehicle is registered in somebody's name? So that if a dealer brings in 100 excavators, the dealer doesn't maintain ownership of all those 100 excavators, when we know that the dealer is not the real man who owns all the 100 excavators, because some people may have bought some of the 100 excavators. How difficult was that? And if we said that in the past, and there was a mampamistic approach to listening to it, and now somebody has come and we spoke about it once and twice, and it has been done, should we keep asking the same question? It will be Pasco, because that question, that exam, like the BEC now, if you put it in front, if you put that English paper in front of the children this morning, they will tell you they have written that paper already. Unless there's a receipt to be done, they will tell you they have written that paper already with Pasco. You know, so these are very basic things, and this is what the platform stands for. This is what journalism is about: getting real impact in real time in the interest of the people. Not for your pocket, not for yourself, not for your stomach, not for your cronies and allies, but in the interest of the people. For the people who cannot pick their passports and fly out to say that they are going to have a surgery, and it will take them forever to come into the country to come and answer simple questions about allegations of corruption and crime that has been made against them. In the interest of pregnant women in the hinterland who are drinking bad water and giving birth to children with a lot of defects. In the interest of the mob rowers who also live in the forest and who used to live on fish that they go and catch from the rivers and streams and lakes. In the interest of those people. That was what we were taught in journalism school. That we should stand for the people and not to masquerade around. We should stand for the people. These days they say, oh, everybody can pick up a microphone and become a journalist. There are rules of the game. There are rules of the profession. And that is why Edmund Beck called it the fourth estate of the realm. The three arms of government are supposed to be conducting checks and balances. But the media is supposed to also ask questions. So, for example, if the people of the Republic of Ghana knew that or know that there's galamsey, yes, it's a fact. They've been asking questions. The opinions are scattered. The views are scattered. The media's job is to help to shape that conversation. And in shaping that conversations, the questions that you are asking, 5Ws, 1H, will help to shape that conversation. If that conversation is already shaped, you publish it. In this instance, the conversation was not shaped. So we help to shape it that, look, stop catching the small people. Because if you finish catching the small people, you would not have achieved anything, because the big people will still go and hire other small people and bring them back to the same spot and a little continue. So what do? Go to the next step. Leave the small boys, arrest them, let the Lord deal with them anyway, but beyond them, pick the equipment, check the chassis number, in whose name is it registered, and go and find it. It was obvious that we were having challenges there. Now with this new directive by the new DVLA administration, they say, look, if you're a buyer, a dealer, and you acquire these things, and you do not, look, put the galamsey images out there. If you're a buyer or a dealer, and you acquire these things, and you don't come to us to tell us who has bought it from you, or who has the change of ownership, etc., we will deal with you. The law will find you and deal with you. It's a very simple way of doing things. And that's simple journalism. And that is what we have nicknamed or codenamed scorecard. We spoke about it. More than 3 years. It took 6 months, maybe less. And somebody has given us a solution that looks like something that will work. It took 6 months. You remember that earlier in June, I think 11th or so in June, find me that pregnant woman. It's a pregnant woman. It's a story that people are not telling. Some of us who live in the city, who live in concrete jungles, who live in air conditioners, who think that we have clean water running through our taps, so everything is okay, we are fine, everything is nice. They don't know that in some of the villages, if you listen to the pregnant woman, even though it's not a justification, she said, look, my farmland, which I used to feed from as a subsistent farmer, has been taken away from me by these galamseyers. I have no option than to join them. Honestly, do you think that if she were farming her small tomatoes here, her small onions, garden egg, blah, 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 which has a gestation period of 3 months, she would go and join people to go and do galamsey so that when the law enforcement agencies come chasing, they would leave her behind and she'll be the only one arrested? Do you think, if you have your heads properly screwed on and you are listening to the right kinds of conversation, do you think that you'll be thinking along those lines? It is the people who must be central in every kind of journalism that we practice. Not to be explaining how some people have unexplained wealth. And you have people on various platforms explaining how people got unexplained wealth and why nobody should be questioning why they should have unexplained wealth. I ask myself, how did we get there? Is there no longer merit in the country? So that upapam bobra, ukra bobra, no, that mantra that suddenly came up. You look at the NSS scandal. You look at the national security things. You look at the various scandals that have been mentioned. You look at the amounts of monies that have been mentioned. You look at how some of the videos in the past, they remain allegations, but the Attorney General is firm in his mind that, look, these people have done something wrong and these people ought to be put before the law. What is our business trying to defend people even before they have their day in court? We can only repeat what the learned Attorney General has said and what counsel or what they have said. We cannot go into the sub judice issues. And I'm not a lawyer, by the way. I have not attempted to be one, by the way. But we cannot. The people should be the focus of our conversations. When fuel prices go up, we will ask questions on behalf of the people. Because not everybody will have access to the microphone. When our lights go off, we will ask questions on behalf of the people. Kunzo, was it not just about 3.5 weeks ago when I came here and said that, look, PURC may not have recognized or it may not have come to the attention of PURC that we were paying for electricity that is supposed to be 220 to 240 volts, and we're getting 280 and 216. And I proved it on TV with a gadget. That is how you defend the people. Because that young man who has slaved for 4 years and has been able to acquire a small TV and a microwave and a fridge, because of that bad supply from ECG, he would have lost those things if we hadn't spoken up. That is how you defend the people. That is how journalism is supposed to be practiced. That is how you're supposed to be the fourth estate of the realm. Put that image up. I put this image, Shadrach, please lose their super. I put this image up on TV because I used the proper equipment to check and to tell. Today, the situation has changed. Do you still hear people complaining that they have low voltage and that when they buy credit, do you still hear people say those things? I use the proper equipment to check. Verification. We are taught that in journalism. I put it up there. I showed PURC. Yesterday, when we had the Corpus Christi, it had moved from 220, I think 223, 224, thereabout. So this is the journalism we're talking about. Now, pay attention to the pregnant woman, please. And there's a story filed by William Evans Inco.
On June 11, TV3 reported that an eligible BEC candidate at the Duampompo MA Junior High School has abandoned the BEC for Galamsey. After the story, the Dwabin Municipal Assembly promised to investigate the matter.
Yet to find out because the headmaster was also going around. So when we get to the office, we was called to find out.
A special task force led by the MCE, Eunice Ohinewa and Sue, has raided some known Galamsey sites.
When we went around last Wednesday, what we saw, we need to come and call all the assembly members together so that we can come and find out if the children are still at the site. And honestly, when we came, we saw a lot of them. But because we have the security following us, they all ran to the bush. So I'm very worried about that. And as from today, what we are saying is that from today, no operation, we have banned the operation from today. No.
The illegal miners fled upon seeing the task force. However, a heavily pregnant woman who has neared labor could not flee. Cecilia Usua was arrested but later released due to her condition.
Now, hitherto, who would have spoken for this woman if it had not been a journalist? And how would you, sitting in Accra, have known that something like this was happening? It's a question. Yesterday, the Kolebu Medical School caught fire. And yesterday around like 1 a.m., the Kolebu Medical School caught fire. Yesterday. And Alex Kinate put out the video, Kolebu Medical School, on fire. The question that we should be asking as journalists is, where would they be sleeping? Where would they be sleeping? The trainee doctors, those who are close to them, who teach them, those who mentor them, put the video up. Where would they sleep? That is the job of a journalist, to be asking questions on behalf of the people, the questions that the people cannot ask. Where would they be sleeping? What caused the fire? Why at this time? Is somebody behind it? Who could be behind it? And if there's nobody behind it, what could have caused it? That's the real deal. That's the bite. That's the real deal. Since we put the medical school up, have we improved the infrastructure? Have we added on to it? Have we expanded so we can get more people training as doctors? Okay, so when the people qualify as doctors, what's our plan for them? You know, while we build, are we considering also how when they graduate from school? And I kept mentioning that question. That's my last point. I kept mentioning that question. When we started this whole free SHS enterprise, and we were busy talking just about numbers. We have improved access. I said, that's a good thing. But after you finished improving access, and people started asking questions about quality. But that was not even my main focus. You have improved access. We are mentioning numbers. That's fine. We are providing for more people to go to school. That's a good thing. And I've not departed from that point. I've just not been happy about how it has been implemented thus far. But we're talking about access. Were we also thinking about expanding accommodation in our various universities, for example, and in our various lecture halls, so that when these SHS or free SHS people graduate or they leave secondary school, we can easily inject them without they having to go and queue year on year at the various universities trying to look for accommodation and for spaces to lay their heads? It's a basic question. That is journalism. It is not to come and tell us that we have numbers and leave it there. When you talk about the shotgun, you must tell us whether the shotgun was fired, who was fired, how it was fired, when it was fired, where it was fired, and why it was fired. It's basic. It's called level 3 journalism. I'll leave it here. Please call me 055-924-2717 at 055-691-0154. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir. Uria, talk to me. Yes, sir.
Johnny, when it comes to Galamsey and the environment, I get very emotional. And based on the democracy definition we've given in Ghana, I will every day, anytime, choose that a military should be my father. Because with what is happening, I don't think it will happen even at Togo border. Because when you're traveling to Nigeria and you get to Togo, and you are even holding your Ghanaian passport, the minutes and the hours you will spend with the interrogation they will do before they release you, you ask yourself if you are a criminal. And yet somebody is destroying the water that you drink. I keep asking that if you come to the house and somebody is raping your daughter, do we say a motherland? So if somebody is raping your mom, is it the same attitude we are going to use to stop the person? We keep forming committees and inquiries and, Johnny, please excuse me, like it's nonsense what we are doing to the issue of Galamsey. It is a day solution. If we are really serious, privately I've been chatting with you. This country is not a place you have to leave. But what is happening?
It's a crime
because
scene.
If you go anywhere, you come back home, you open your fridge and check if there's water for you to drink before you eat. And where is the water coming from? Who are those managing it? And somebody is sitting in the village. A chief is giving command that the forest should be destroyed for him to get his percentage, in whether it is in dollars or in pounds. And we sit in Accra, forming committee, when we know those that are destroying the water bodies.
Okay,
and it's nonsense.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful for your thoughts this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Johnny.
Yes, sir. My brother, how are you?
This is Ibrahim from Circle.
Talk to me, Ibra. What's up?
You see, the problem of Ghana is... Like you are talking, you don't have any party or tribe. You are talking for Ghana. And everybody know that what we are saying is the reality. But most of you, the journalists, either this man is talking, whether it's the thing that they are doing is bad because it is his privilege or his purport or supported party, he doesn't care. Not about Ghana, it's about his party. Either it's NDC doing, the person doesn't see it. Either it's MPP doing, so provided he is supporting MPP, provided he is supporting NDC, he do. But what you are doing, you don't support MPP. Whether MPP is your party, you don't show it. Whether NDC is your party, you show the reality.
You know, yesterday...
Until we get people like you, then the nation will not change.
You know, yesterday I said it's not enough to be shouting Ehejo and
That's right.
Yes, people must be told that. People must know that. People must know that, and people must have their country at heart, because some of us, we don't have anywhere to go.
That's right.
We're looking for money now to bring people from Tel Aviv and Iran.
Yes. And we are trying to burn our own here. There is burning. We want to bring them here. I want to burn here too. Where are we going now?
Ibra, thank you. Have a nice day, my brother. Good morning. Oh, sorry about that. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning.
Hey, the bike man.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Good. I'm calling from the city within the city.
Maestro.
Johnny, forgive me. I did not celebrate Salah in Ghana here. I'm outside. That's why I did not see your meet.
Charlie Alhaj, welcome back to Ghana.
No, I'm not going to Macau. I'm just across the border to see one of my.
Hey, Charlie, your money come. You know they give me some. Let's hear you, Maestro.
Johnny,
yes,
thank you so much for the good work. Well, I still want to push hard for the issue about electricity. Accra is very dark, to be honest with you. Accra is very dark. The regional minister have to work a talk, you understand me? And they have to, I do this morning review some papers about the missing of some street lights. They have to look at it. You see, sometimes we joke with issues. This is Ghanaian money that they used to buy this street light. And people just misplace it, used to sell it and whatever. They have to trace and make sure it is in the market. You understand? It is not helping us at all. And let me also say that, Johnny, it is time for us to look at the reality. Looking at the vetting of the Supreme Court judges.
Right.
Some of the questions that they ask them, I don't know why people do that. I don't know if partisan or they want to score political points or something. You know very well that these people are doing their work. And you want to push and let them say things that it's not supposed for them not supposed to say it in public.
Right.
And they have to ask a relevant question that for the interest of this nation and for the fact things are going well, we have to pray and support the president because if Ghana is good, it's good for us all. Let me say good morning to my MP, Honorable Jaja, and the wife.
Thank you.
Jaja. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Johnny.
Yes, Samuel, all right? Sorry. The feedback on your radio got me confused. Go ahead.
Mr. Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Juma we no yan Ghana for nyina ye hu who ye juma papa nyame kan say nyame bo hu ban nyame ase nyina ani chin nyina mo di ye juma no obi obe plot evil we be against you obi nyame intending the 100 times and condition we yesu din woni kaka pese me kan say mame chi a common sense onabo abolo me chi ano pa no pay and the family nyina na can the project why say Nikunu Oyari na Yaman 3 months, yes, 3 months near Bemano, but we'll make sure say Obeka could be Ghana Sika Abraying. If say Sikan Nedi or Mani Nishreno, assembly a command. Secondly, you say ECG, say waterways for the Womka. Yes, sir. Akabia are buying Enuma or Mudi Kenyan or Muchiaka, say Nimiwu. Say Yamita no cry, you should cry, not temper na. NCG for to make or fight police for Ebetata Yang, Woma winning name because of your Ghana fool, your benefiting show, your benefiting light. A fatherable house is so musia, woman or mufa intimisre. A ben you may be or dikabia, you see, what I was to be answer will be doing Kabia Yangi, can have nobody above the law. Say, yes, Anna, Ghana for Benya Gidia Woma way. Thank you. Ebema sanya yeje omano mpefo no constitution amafo nje dibium intimisere misere obi odika bia ontu aka.
Thank you. Medasi. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny.
Yes, sir. Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Frank Naro Neo, Dominion Mayo.
Yo, Mate, into
Johnny, ana faidi ya meboa basu papa.
Medasi.
Wakati bia masema no asabe kumaso.
Asembe no.
Ghana haye nyani papia. Ombe kita Ghana. Di Ghana to kumaso ato Ghana. Johnny, e badi fo bebi ya so utie chinya oda. E hwa na oda.
Ntise on sayem.
Nya. The say Ghana ba ko pe ene ye wo. Ana ukuro mu ye de wo. Opani
ukromu dia ukromu dia
indi ha eni ohia indi na mani petu kwan anka Ghana ha dia anka ha ye pa ha ye sunwie man indi se no ka yenye ni papium kita Ghana e wo mkoma se papa mahama no mo handle man de mum yenye ni pasaro na omo ka wan edi nyuma na show mo nsa CEOs ministers no omo zo mpa adwempa akoma pa na yempa nta Ghana ha da bibia nkoye dane the Sunday by a costume, yes, me to Galancy, ye to Galancy, is so it's me pie, ebe you want gusta ye no bi oba be che o pe light once you feel per light a ko pe meter o pe po o be che ECG kwai sa be 3 months down sankai and to be tesi ebi go be say ene me ko so nyina ya tan one e ko so o twi Ghana ho a won tiape Ghana president ene ma we bibia e pata ya leader now obey you what you so obey here be help as you I want to talk about that man for that one happen and I feel you so you
dabi untumi nya mienu medase. Sorry. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny. This is Lincoln.
In Akwete, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Great. Talk to me, my brother.
Yes. I'm always happy to hear you.
We are grateful to God.
Yes. Let me extend my regards to Haji Hawa. Yeah, mami bakwa wa GRA. Yes, sir. Omumano appointment at my mamino or body when Mr. Aaron who are custom. Minia. And no, that was 3 days today. BBC ewa Pantine. Me Kasai me wa Pantine. The whole area on me Juma. From Pantine Junction to the Pantine Hospital Road no Nimguasie. Nimguasie ke Siemasa Hospital. Na a Jabi Shiwa Hospital no area honomo. Fire service. Kaka eko kumkrofo. On the fire service car no the speed in echo.
Right.
It is a road nye papa. At the assembly make free last year, and I'm repeating it up to now. That Pantan Hospital Road needs some facelift. Please, if the authorities are listening, and then Pokwasa Masama going to Insawam, that place is a complete death trap. Yes, sir. Papa. Second, third one, Malam Junction. Malam Junction to Makati Hill, that portion there. Please. My brother, have a productive day.
Thank you, Lincoln. Good morning.
Johnny.
Yes, sir, Papa. Out then. Me too, catch it.
System
obey.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
Right.
There's this thing that I want you to look at. I've already pointed it out within your narrative this morning. See, politics is done in every corner of Ghana, especially the security services. You get what I'm trying to say. But I'm happy that His Excellency Jomama brought in one general to head the Customs Division.
General Paul Seidu.
Yes, I'm very, very happy, Pa. But there's this thing that is happening. Like I told you, every institution, lots of politics and things like that. The Customs Division, I beg the commissioner, they should see to it that all the sector heads at the regions, they should be reshuffled or be taken up or bringing more, different people, set of people to be the sector heads. Because the politics that is being played there is really serious, my brother. But I know for sure. Look at what happened when the Inspector General of Police was just, given the position. He quickly changed all those top heads and things like that. Is that not it?
Right.
So I want a similar thing to happen within the customs side, because we are in government. The NDC is in government. But seriously speaking, strategically, the MPP seems to be, still ruling. I'm telling you for a fact.
I see.
So please, the Commissioner General of Customs, I beg of you, see to it that these things are done for the betterment.
You mean the man in charge of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful, Papa.
You're welcome, my brother.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Abu?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my brother. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good, my brother.
Abu, why are you laughing at me?
The way you started, I know that you want to pray this morning.
Are you no longer my friend?
Oh, you are my friend.
But Abu, have you realized that you are very popular?
I think so, yes.
You know that you are very popular.
I know, yes.
What do you intend to use your popularity for?
My popularity? What?
What do you intend to use it for?
Oh, a lot of fans. I collect my fans every day.
They collect your fans?
Yes.
I see.
I don't have anything to do, yes.
Abu, spell collect.
You say?
Where is it? You want to collect your funds. So I say, just spell collect. Collect.
Hey, God.
Yes, Abu. There's a very simple word, is it
when
not?
I enter, I know that this one will worry me.
Oh, Abu. But
Yeah.
you're very poor. People look up to you, you know. People listen to you. They
Yes,
look forward
I know,
to
yeah.
they look forward to hearing from you. And then this morning, I'm sure the children want you to spell collect for them. Collect. Shall I begin? Shall I start for you?
No.
Abu.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Brad was okay. And then I Johnny. Also, young Cofono, or Moya, or Moya. I don't understand, or Munina, no more. Yes, I do my yacho. This moment they say I'm the office, we ask them. Do my mayor, so I do why a boy. Yes, you're being. Yes, I have a you. And then the penny and the trailer quarters is move from Mona, you'll make my number more. Well, Mrs. Order got to be a church at the 3 years. And we can cut the young man who say, yes, sir, the Muya and the Papa, and the other, and I did. When you're poor macho, you're poor macho, almost all that.
Medasi Abu. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Johnny.
Yes, sir. Ajime Victor.
Yes, sir, boss.
How are you?
How are you? Charlie, I'm fine. Yourself?
To God be the glory.
You are an architect. We thank
the Lord.
I would like to say a very good morning to our Council of State, Excellency Tanko, Council of State for the region. Mr. John, you see, some of us, we are citizens, so we complain. See, the inefficiency of ECG and now it's too much. See, when you go to some places now, illegal connection. People have illegally connected ECG to, they are not paying anything for years. So if ECG really mean business, if they want to collect the money owed them, I think they should get to the factories, they should get to the houses, the big houses. They are doing illegal there. They should get there. Secondly, let me say a very good morning to the OSP. The time that the Kinofrata wife came out to talk about his whatever cancer or whatever, we didn't hear anything from him. Because the havoc that Kinofrata caused in this country, you don't have any idea. The haircut, whatever, he have collapsed banks and whatever, and the money stolen. I think the work should come again.
Well,
if you can't do the work, you should resign. Have a great morning.
Hey, take your time. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Odewale.
Yes, how are you?
Charlie, are they inside?
Why is Lady Helen? And
she's on New Day. 626 is on leave. So
no wonder. That's why these days you have become.
I've been flying solo on my own.
Yes.
But God did there. So
God did we did. Let me say good morning to Reverend Canot, retired. Noah Mensah.
Oh, that's my former
partner.
Yes.
He's my good mentor, I'm telling you today.
I see.
He has been teaching me a lot when it comes to the New Testament.
Oh, I know the first daughter, Alfred, and I know all of them.
Precisely.
Yes.
Even the son too is now a priest.
Yes.
The son too has become a priest.
Alfred, yes.
Alfred is now a priest.
Yes.
An Anglican priest.
I know them very much.
So good that we are learning from all sectors. One of my great theology teacher.
Okay.
My brother, quick one. Brother Lincoln on Monday made a mistake. Let me make this correction. That day, Kakraba is part of Gomwa. It's not suburb of Kaswa. If you are building today and you should go to Kaswa or Ewutu Senya, they do not give you any permit. You have to go to Porting, where the headquarters or the district is. So some of these places, sometimes we mention them in the news. It is not Kaswa, it is Gomwa East. And I will still remain in Gomwa East. My brother, you come to a place like Newtown, Kakraba down. The sanitation, in fact, when it rained recently, even as at yesterday, the whole place has been exposed. Main road to people's houses have become unmotorable. And you know one ironic aspect? For 2 to 3 years now, where there is full of flood, the people have no access to pipe-borne water. And it is just a few meters.
to where the Gomwa East Water West is. They have no access to water. They have complained over and over. And from Millennium Junction all the way to Nyanyanu, my brother, which is west. Do you know the Tiger Waves have now heated Nyanyanu shore? It has heated them. They've complained and complained. So today I'm only within Gomwa East enclaves. Have a blessed morning.
Thank you very much. You can also call us 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, sir. Abai.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me.
Johnny, how are you?
I'm very fine. Oh.
We thank God.
Yes.
Let me say hi to Madam Hawa from the Custom Commission. We are telling the president the woman is still waiting for his appointment. Johnny, I have one concern that I want you to help me so that I don't know whether if you can invite the Beresford CEO to your program.
We will try our best and then try and bring in a
almost
register.
3 months now.
Mm-hmm.
They are not able to issue Beresford for Ghanaians. 3 months. People are complaining about the way they are doing their work. So we are begging them. They say they don't have the people that they used to print the Beresford. They don't have. Almost 3 months now. The same thing applies to the NLI. How do you call it? The Ghana card, National Identification Authority. So we are pleading to them. And the passport office, there's so many problems over there. People's passports have been mixing. So we are pleading to the Foreign Minister, Honorable Okujeto, to do something about it. Johnny, I don't want to talk much this morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Oh, sorry about that. Please call me to 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Ni Agbo Aye.
Yay, Sammy from Medina. Talk to me.
Okay, good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, my brother.
Johnny. So, you see, I keep saying that there is no media house in this country that can compete with Media General. Okay? If all the media house in this country to join force together, to join force together to fight Media General, they can't. Because you guys have demonstrated clearly that you are world-meaning Ghanaians, not like other radio stations. You see, as a citizen, we all have a quota that we have to contribute to the development of this country, as we are doing now. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm getting ready to go work. Okay? So we all have a responsibility to do to development of this country. But we have some elements in the system, like Dennis Abadimiraku, who always will try to derail the process. Okay? If you listen to Dennis Abadimiraku going on TV, disturbing, unleashing insult on journalists in this country, I can't really understand. I can't understand that guy. I can't understand him. So, Daniel, I want to entreat you people. You have to be focused and be determined until the good work is done. Okay? So I want to say this. All NDC appointees who we all fought, we fight for them to come on power. Whenever we call them, they refuse to pick our call. Even the chairman general of the party, whenever you call him, he picks. Whenever you call, he picks. But all those appointees, whenever you call them, they don't pick calls. What kind of life is that? Is that what we bargain for? Is that what we bargain for? They should be very careful. Bye.
Good morning.
Johnny.
No crass.
Container
mobile for free.
Johnny, I'm better.
Oh. Since you're baby bear to use a far container.
Johnny, my husband won't pay me.
Oh.
Johnny won't pay me.
Oh, no.
And Kenyan one was a wahabusa.
That be maybe so simple question. Say, since you be bear at a floody.
So, no, the way I might container, Obiano bet me afa. In so quaint me come container.
Sir.
I didn't justice. No correct, no quality bit me a pidam.
Until
until you are saying so, no credit, I come back.
You,
and men quantum making a compete you. I'm a child, I say, and I had Jawa or Jerry, a best from a penny on Kano.
Right.
I said, you may bravo Kano, penny for so and Kaya quality. Johnny,
the patrol, oral team, and I'm a person, me call Musokaka. Now, say, the same way, two just Omakova, and Yema baby Bria, Omajiji, and Yemeti. A yensa, Sine, a dime binamo, amo mine. Johnny, Bonnie for a yo, Bonnie for. And I said it. Obi a wabokro no said your friend is saying okronfo anamebwa
Pajon
eti mebusa
basa unche na untumi friend
me enyesa me akizu obi so abokro no masama me kan say obi a wabokro no your friend okronfo anamebwa
no kre
eti so omo eyampa so omo cover niema bi agiti niema bi dia ma state na agiti ne nipa na omo ti say niema na firi wo mo nchen no Amuma or my Ghana for whom me identify them. Say any power you did to me, ma or may be a leader of Ghana. Leader or mine our institution, you know. I never when you fire. Or mine, Yasayati, every almost some at the man, so that you whom I yet identify. Because when you have the work at you and this was it, and this is for quiet to be to a fiancé. Because of from corn on board. But when people, the intimate for endings in intimate for people need to a fiancé. It's your cat for me a confirm. Why yet you will be on my two fiancé? It's one that seems so much that you never be through on somewhere. More identify. No, my God, and whom the home baby is identify. Me Hawaii.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Me too. Yes, hello.
Yeah, I'm very really bad.
Okay.
Pacho, Ghana, that's a criminal act, no. And Kaka, Ubia, it's say, a criminal, and that's what you, that's what you do for Naka, yet I really too. We are not coming.
Bajo, law school now, Makola ho.
Okay, Makola ho. Don't people will be what they are, it's so a from for a while. And I said, Obi, a Jessica, Utubia, Pepper, or you didn't, yes, and I said, she are one of fee, Obi, the Dogo, and I said, oh, Mantem, Obi, the Dogo, let's say, any part of that's who we are, so the part of you didn't, yes, and the Sabbath here they are. That's what we Jessica movie. No, to me, could jail last in prison. Let's say, Obi, so a Dogo, shoe, now, Punipa, no. But there's no more poisoner. And then not judicial service, no. Simply because water is life. So the Galam say, essentially, me actually for Obia could deal for being to Musa life in prison says, could be our poison, she will be extension, you know. Yes, but the man will condemn prison, no. Means, yes, here. If you better come like the Monaka, will be 7 hours, she doesn't see me better now. The compensation sometimes with women in Tia. And I'm penny for the interest of what to me. Hey, I'm saying, I am no man sooner. Rebecca Caron, you have a clean shield, baby.
You, Medasi, thank you.
So much more idea, you also are judges now.
Yentu judge retire. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
You're my final call. I talk to me, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Nelson. I'm calling from Katusha, Volta.
Okay. Talk to me.
Yes, please. It's about one office at Denu, which is the labor office at Denu. It shares boundaries with health insurance, NCCE, and legal aid office.
Right.
It is in the middle of these offices that I've mentioned. But the office has been turned into a kitchen and a bedroom. The one in charge brings in mentally derailed people to that office and be having sex with them in the office. In fact, as I'm speaking to you right now, he has been disconnected by the ECG because he has not been paying the electricity bill. So he has been tapping light from health insurance, and when they caught him, he went back to NCC and then typed the light from there. And when they said it, he started insulting the people. He used the place as his home. Bath there, does everything there, wash and then spread the things on the line there. I went there myself, takes footages of the things that are happening, and I forwarded to your, how do you call it, Facebook account.
Right.
But I don't know if you have seen it.
Oh,
So
how long ago was this?
According to health insurance and NCC, it has been happening for 4 years now.
Oh, I see. We will have to. Okay, go ahead.
The name of the person is Michael.
Sorry. Let's not go there with names. I beg you. Okay. Don't find trouble for us.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we disassociate ourselves from the mentioning of somebody's name as being responsible for something we cannot independently verify at this time. We apologize sincerely for that. Majala.
Senior.
Charlie. What's up?
There's always something new in this country.
Charlie, something new. Tell me about it.
Always something.
Tell me about it. What's happening?
Yesterday, I think in the evening, I'm not really a political person, someone that watches political conversations, but I want to watch and also deduce some knowledge from there. So I was watching Agenda, Beatrice.
Right.
And she came up with a very interesting topic. Something that I haven't thought of.
Right.
There are a number of people who think the Office of the Special Prosecutor is trying to seek some public justice. He's trying to seek some justice from the Court of Public Opinion before filing at the court. And it was a very interesting discussion they had. It had not occurred to me. One breath is also saying that no, he owes a duty to the citizens to update them on the cases and which people he's pursuing and all that. And the debates were very interesting, but there will always be that political line drawn in the middle.
But you see, the point is that until you are done with investigations, you cannot go to the court. What are you going to the court with?
Okay.
You see, you need to conclude your investigations. So you arrest, you investigate, and then based on the findings that you investigate, if you believe there's something to be answered for, you take the person to court. If nothing to be answered for, you can walk.
But you know that it came up that he had not broken the OSP has not broken any rule.
The OSP insists that it has not broken any rule. Of course, you will always have that line. The family and council of Ken Ofori-Atta think that the OSP is overstretching its boundaries. And you know, Ken Ofori-Atta is a politically exposed person. So then now elements within the MPP will also toward that same line that the OSP is trying to antagonize. But then the big question is, who brought the OSP? And why was the OSP brought in?
For someone that is not politically inclined like myself, I felt that, we've gotten to that point where we need to move away from, it's just for some class of people they need to know. Like the Ghanaians need to know. Ghanaians need to know what is happening. Everybody needs to know.
You know, when I started Johnny's Bite and intermittently, I just pick a portion of the Constitution and tell people, do you know that the happiness of the citizens is in the Constitution?
Really?
There's a portion in the Constitution
that says happiness.
That says the happiness, and something, but the word happiness is, I'll find it before we finish. It's in the Constitution that the government is responsible for your happiness. It's a binary we need.
One thing the common Ghanaian,
if the happiness, your happiness is being trampled upon, you should speak up.
One thing the common Ghanaian has is that those are the top, those who we've given power to rule us are always concealing information, and they try to separate themselves from us. They only come to us when they need power. So I feel we've gotten to that point where citizens need to be abreast with whatever is happening.
You know,
in the country.
we have given them that opportunity. You pay taxes, I pay taxes. When we finish paying our taxes, do we ask questions what our taxes are used for?
We don't.
We don't follow the money.
We don't.
But if we were following the money, elsewhere they follow the money. Elsewhere, if inflation rises 2, 3, 4%, they say, hey, it's the thing's going up, bring it up. We're giving you money, so it cannot go. We don't follow the money. We are happy to say, somebody is a big man because he's in government, he's appointed, he's driving a V8, I can see him, so he's a big man. So it's we and them. He has to find me handouts.
I love that part. It's we and them.
But where does he get the whatever you are demanding from him to give to you? He has to take it from somewhere. Where is he taking it from?
From you.
Good. And then giving you back
to you.
Exactly. So now, how does he go and replace or, if you like, fill that bank where he took it from? That's the conversation.
Okay.
If we want to stop corruption, how do we want to stop it?
So elsewhere it works perfectly. They take from you.
No,
they give it back.
They give it back to you. Elsewhere you pay your taxes. Your taxes working for you. The bus system is working. The train system is working.
Roads are perfect.
Roads are good.
Water, electricity,
gas. You go. Food is cheap. Is this? Is that? So you know that it's working for me. So if you are paying taxes and you see in the morning the council person comes, they're sweeping your frontage. You say, okay, they're working.
So if I'm deducing something from what you are saying, then it means the system elsewhere is created to make life comfortable.
We have that,
not just to enrich you, but to make life comfortable for the ordinary citizens.
We have that system here. The problem is that we don't chase the people. If I pay property rate or business operation permit to my local assembly, why don't I go to my local assembly to tell them I have a pothole, my gutter is choked, my road is bad? How do we collaborate to fix it? But then I leave the assembly that collects my money. I go to the MP who doesn't take my money, but only takes a salary to go to.
Some of us even go after the president himself.
I leave the MCE and go after the MP who only takes a salary and at the end of the day to go and legislate on my behalf.
But Johnny, do you think people know? People are really informed about some of these things, that is the DC, is the MC who are supposed to be in charge of these gutters. Do you think people really know?
I don't think people know. That's why I was excited, particularly when in the past Nana Akdo said, look, we will, when I come to power in 2 years, we'll vote for our MMDCs. The members of parliament feel a certain sense of responsibility to the people, and the people feel that we can threaten them with either voting for them or not voting for them. But the DC, he doesn't have to answer to the people, really. If the president is happy with him, that's fine. The Accra mayor, he's going out of his way, or he's doing his work. Some people he's doing too much. But in the past, we have also seen mayors who came and they said, all these things, what was it? Wasn't there a mayor before this one? Wasn't there another one before this one? Good.
There's always been.
But we have seen other mayors too who came, who did what some of what he is doing. Some got frustrated along the line and left it. But what I'm saying is that if the president is happy with the MC or DC, he's okay. You can go and sit somewhere.
He's deeper than I thought.
But then if you in your locality or municipality is voting for the MCE, the MCE will feel obliged to you. Because there will be another election in 2 years.
They were not appointed. They were voted.
There will be another election in 2 years.
I get that. Perfectly.
So we voted for you. Oh, you are not riding a train with us.
No problem at all.
Oh, you're on the bus. Oh, you're not on the bus. Oh, you have a Range Rover. Oh, no problem.
You come to us.
You come to us. We'll show you where power lies.
Well,
we'll show you something small.
Yeah, the sport
here with Botala.